So last week I did a garden tour and I went into Gary's garden and I decided to just sit and talk about different things and just hang out in his garden for a little bit with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this as Gary goes up to make breakfast that morning. All right, I'm coming up. It's so beautiful down here. I just want to hang out. You know, you do need to put some more chairs here so I can come down and sit and have a cup of coffee. You got a lot of chairs. We have a bench you found, I think, in the trash. You should, a plastic bench.
I don't have time to sit. So that one chair down here is broken.
So I have no place to sit.
I guess not.
This is where I film. We're having coffee and I tell him, you know what, I gotta go do a garden tour. Because I forgot. If I would have thought about it, I would have done it on Valentine's Day, but I remembered at night, gee, I should have done it for Valentine's Day. So I told him I might come down, so. Isn't it beautiful down here? Listen to all the birds. So all this was blocked. You couldn't see anything and it was very dark. And now it is completely opened. And we have good neighbors. We love our neighbors, so this is perfectly fine. But this will, he said it will all fill in. This will all fill in again. And then he's got his macadamia trees. They've never thrown macadamians. We've had them here for so many years. I don't know why. And I think he bought them, but I'm not 100% sure if I think he did buy them. He's got so much going on here. Here's the chair. So this one's broke. I'm gonna sit on it. I've got better things I can bring down. That looks like a bench. I don't even know where this came from. I've never seen this. No, it's a chair. Oh, how cool. It's a metal chair he found. Then he laid this wood here. Oh my goodness. That should be bolted on and it would look so rustic, and you have arms to get up and down if you need it. And then, yeah, look at that. Just extra wood he had down here and he threw it here. I have not seen that before. This is what I was saying. I have so much to do with my garden. I've got the bird garden. And then you've got the hummingbirds. And then you've got the front yard, which we didn't even go into. We've got the hidden garden, which I kind of gave up on for now. And then I was going to have the garden down here, the trail garden, which was where we hiked down. I thought, okay, this is ridiculous. Truthfully, some of you say to me, oh my goodness, I wish I had the land you had. Let me tell you something. It's a lot of work. And the only reason we have this is because it was bought. Part of it was bought in the 80s. And then there was a mishap with the other property that we got. So we have the two and we use them as one property. Otherwise, we'd never be able to afford it. All this started because of buying a house when I was like 17, 18 years old. You really had to get ahead, a jump start back then. And then you have to save. And that's one thing, I don't spend a lot of money. I haven't been on vacation, even Gary and I, in over 30 years. We haven't gone anywhere, and we would save and invest it into the property. And now we have no money to save anymore because of property taxes. You know, they say they can't raise it. Baloney. It's gone up so much. It's very difficult to live in California. So please, and when you say, oh, you're so lucky, it's tough to live here. A lot of people move out. We're hanging on as long as we can. Again, we don't spend any money. So we put it all into property taxes and living here and insurance. And I have gotten close to dropping insurance. And it's been tough on that. And then they've gotten close to dropping us because they did drop us at one point. And then one of my neighbors couldn't get insurance. So it gets really tough, but it is beautiful. I was born and raised here. That is the thing. If I wasn't, I probably would be fine in Arizona. I love Arizona or Montana. And I've thought about Catalina, but that's still, you know, California, but Hawaii. I mean, there's so many beautiful places that you can live. And at this point, I bet you if I lived in Montana, I could have a garden in the house. I would know how to do that now. A garden is very important because right now in this day and age, all the food in the grocery stores are treated in one way or another. This is no joke. They're designed right now, whatever method they're using, the food is designed to not spoil. I can remember a little girl, me, going with my grandmother. Oh my goodness, I must have been 18 months old. I can remember some of it, to the store to get the best produce that was picked that morning or the night before and brought in. Because you had to pick it, get it to the stores, and then eat it within a day or two. Now, how many of you have told me you work at food banks and you can't understand? You've actually written to me that they can bring in greens, mind you, and they can last on the shelf for over a month. I actually find that frightening. If there is no enzymes or no microbes in there to break it down, then I don't know what's happening to us. I have heard, I don't want to talk about this too much, but I'm seeing so many young people now, very young, with so many health issues and other issues that were never seen when I was a kid. And being born and raised in the middle of Los Angeles and going to a school with close to 500 to 1,000 kids there and never seeing any allergies or health issues, very rare, where now it seems like every other person has something going on. I bring it back to the food. A lot of it's got to be the food. You know, I didn't grow up with dried cereal in the morning. It was cooked cereal or eggs and bacon and hash browns on the weekend my dad would make. But the point when I'm saying it was real food. This is real food. Now, we can't all do that. You live in apartments and stuff, but I will tell you, it is important to grow something, even if it's some herbs. When you grow herbs and it's real food, you can mix it in with the stuff we're buying. This is how important it is. This is a place I could just hang out. That's all I'm asking you to do. I'm hoping when you look at my garden, whether it's the deck, the bird garden, the rainbow garden, the chair garden, the front yard garden, there are gardens everywhere, or Gary's garden. The point is, I'm hoping you get an idea thinking, I can grab a flower pot, I can go to the park and collect leaves off the ground, and I can throw them in a bag and bring them home and throw them in a little flower pot and stick them out my door, and I can grow brassicas. Anybody can grow brassicas. All you want is the green leaf. That green leaf that you pick off your brassica plant, which would be broccoli, collard, kale, let's say Swiss chard, all of that. If you take that leaf off and you throw it on your counter, by the end of the day, it's wilted. Now, you could stick it in a vase and have some green leaves from the garden sticking with water in a glass jar or a vase, and it will stay nice for a couple days. But after that, it's going to decay. The stuff from the grocery store doesn't. It just sits there and looks pretty, which really is scary. That's not talking about the apples. I can't even eat apples anymore from the grocery store. So there's no way to wash the pesticides off of a lot of different produce now. They're either GMO'd some or they inject the plant to keep pests out. So we have to be mindful of a lot of that. I mean, like my doctor said, you know, we're getting older. We're all getting older. I don't care if you're 2 years old. And you want to help your health. And she told me last year, and a couple other doctors I've spoken to, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Am I perfect? No way. I still like sugar, though I have cut back, and Gary wants to cut back a lot only because he says we're getting older. We don't eat anything that's got wheat because we are gluten-free, and that is for my arthritis that I've got. Years ago, it was very hard for me to bend my hands and my fingers. I was noticing the pinkies, and I was checked in both hands. They said you have arthritis because I could barely bend it. As soon as I gave up gluten for me, and Gary was first on that, I don't even have the pain anymore. My hands are fine because it was causing inflammation. I'm not a celiac, though. They've asked if I wanted to be tested. I don't believe I am. So I haven't even bothered. It's just a blood test. I don't need it. The point is, I found for me, cutting out gluten got rid of that. For Gary, he also has arthritis. Cutting out all wheat, barley, all that, rye, he used to break out on his back, you know, like acne. All that disappeared. He had inflammation so bad that years ago, maybe 22 years ago, 21 years ago, he had a cane he walked with. I got him a cane with a seat because we had tickets to go to Disneyland. Back there, you could get them for the year. There were $250 for the year. That was our only vacation. So if we wanted to get out of here, we could go do that. He had a cane with a seat because he couldn't walk. And then one day when I saw it on TV, it was Dr. Oz. They were talking about it. There were so many symptoms they went over. I said to Gary, he came in, he was doing stuff in the yard, and I said, I think you're gluten intolerant. He said, why? I told him why. I said, I just saw this on Dr. Oz, and it kind of makes sense. So he said, okay, I'm cutting out wheat. He literally cut it out that day. This is not a joke. That day. He said, I'll cut it out for a couple weeks, which means I had to change my cooking because I do most of the cooking, and I'll see what happens. He noticed it in 3 days. He felt better. He couldn't believe it. The cane is gone. I don't even know where the beautiful cane is. It was a cane with a seat that unfolds. It looks like a regular cane, but a seat pops out because he couldn't stand long. He never went back. With me, I kind of waited a little while. I'd eat a little bit of bread here and there, but I cooked with everything gluten-free. And then I noticed when I didn't have any gluten in me, I have a bad knee because I fell as a kid. So I really tore up my knees bad. There was an incident where I fell. I had surgery on one knee, but I didn't have surgery when I was a kid. I had it later. But the point is, I noticed I could walk again because I was barely walking. And I did notice it. It was a tremendous difference. Oh, Gary also had no sense of smell. And I have talked about that. Giving up gluten, he can smell everything. Is that good? I don't know. No, it is. But the point is, let me get away from this because this is a whole video in itself. I'm trying to get everybody, not just to feed hummingbirds that I'm feeding, that's cute, and I love my hummingbirds and I love nature, but to get you to grow something simple if you've got a small area. Grow some brassicas every day. Pick a leaf, put it into something, chop it up and put it in a sandwich, or steam it and do something with that. Chop up a piece of brassica and put it in an egg and fry it up. That is so good. Get something that's alive and real. Find some flower pots. He got all this for free. He saw a landscaper working and he went and asked him. The guy said, yeah, take them. You can get pots for free. I grow in food containers. Lettuce, my own lettuce. If I tear a leaf of that lettuce off, it is not going to be good the next day. I tear it off and I use it at the moment because it's real food that hasn't been tampered with. So do we need all these gardens? No, but it works out better because with Gary and I, though he is my best friend and I absolutely love him, we think differently. And he wanted to do a garden in his own method, and that was fine. So he claimed this first, even before I had any gardens up there. He loved this area down here that you can hike up this way or the back way like we did. And he decided he wanted to make a garden here. This structure was already here. I don't know what was here before, but the structure, this wooden thing was here. And I said, go for it. I mean, you can have it. I don't care. Then later I started the gardens. I started the bird garden, which was a vegetable garden. And then I turned it into a bird garden. I had the gardens, let's call them demonstration gardens, because there's no way that we need all this. But I will tell you that anything we don't eat, including the weeds, becomes our own soil. This is all clay. When he got this, you could not grow in this at all. Now he brought in the wood chips, absolutely, built that up instantly. And anything pulled and dropped turns into great soil. So he does his way and I do my way, and we still talk about and collaborate on different things we want to get or do. But the point is, we don't need all the gardens, and neither do you. You can grow a fabulous little garden in one tote. You can just take one tote and plant something in it. It doesn't have to be peppers, though it could be. Oh, here he's got Malabar spinach coming up, which I add in my green drink. You could grow a nice little herb garden and add that to your food you're eating, and now you've brought in all the enzymes you need for your body. So your body's going to just grab it. It's going to get all the stuff that's broken down and nothing in there, but it's going to get something that you put in there that was green, and it's hopefully going to break down everything else you, in theory, ate. That's the way I look at it. It's going to help. Boy, remember? We couldn't even walk in here before. It was all covered. So this is what's going on. We do our own thing, and it works out. And I want you to grow something, even in here. Oh, this is sharp. This is thistle. This is thistle. He actually makes tea out of this. That's stinging nettle, so you got to be careful. I'm allergic to that. And then he's got, I don't even know what he's got. He's got, this looks like garlic or onions. He's got growing in here. Oh, hold on. These are onions. He's got artichoke. There's a lot of stuff in here he can just forage. I want you to make a little garden and forage and add it to the food that you are already eating. You go to buy takeout and bring home a sandwich. I want you to have something like a little food container growing lettuce in there. Oh my gosh, romaine lettuce. Don't get the big iceberg lettuce. That's ridiculous because you have to wait for it to grow. It's got to get a big ball head on it, and then you pick it. No. Romaine lettuce, red leaf lettuce, anything like that, it grows so incredibly fast. You could be growing lettuce all year round. It doesn't matter. You can grow it on a windowsill. You can grow it almost anywhere. You can grow your own lettuce. Parsley, mint, make mint tea. There's so many things you can grow to add to the food that we're all eating. And hopefully it will keep us in check when it comes to our body. And I will tell you, I forage every day greens. I make my green drink. I have different videos on that. I can make more. And that helps my mental health, because I can tell you that when I don't have a green drink, I know that I don't have the energy that I've got. The greens, I don't even have a juicer. Get into my body and it's 100% different. I can feel it. Anyways, I had talked your ear off. I had just done a garden tour. I told him I'm coming up for breakfast, which he ran up there to make. And I've been sitting here for 20 minutes talking to you, just talking. But I don't need this many gardens. You don't need it. Really don't. I'm making our own soil because we're growing so much. Everything goes back. Yes, I can share it, give things away, and we do. But the point is, everything you grow that you don't use turns into your soil, so you don't have to buy anything. He hasn't bought any soil down here since he started. Nothing has been purchased as far as soil. Once in a while, I buy some soil to start seedlings, to start new flowers, or start something, yes, but he does not. Everything was created here, and everything you see that he doesn't use, including all the weeds, all this becomes, you call it compost, but I'm just going to say what it is in our version, soil. All this, everything he doesn't use becomes soil. Even all the trees he's cutting, he's chipping that. He bought himself a chipper. He's going to chip all that down, and all these trees he trimmed down becomes his soil. He's bringing it back in here. And he's going to just go let it decay a little bit. He's got the soil from underneath. Anywhere he's moving soil, he's creating his own soil. So I hope I've given you ideas on let's help our mental health as well as our physical health by growing something as simple as some Swiss chard. That's all you have to do. That may be beets, but that's all you have to grow, a little bit, and just a little bit, I think, goes a long way. With that, have a wonderful day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. And I'm sorry that I got off track and started just gibbering and jabbering away on all this, but it's just so beautiful. I think I'm stalling because I don't want to go up, but I am going to go up. Have a great day again. Don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. Wow, that tree collar is big up there.